my name is Catherine Bell, and today I will be showing you how to insert inseam pockets. Now, inseam pockets are pockets that are hidden inside your side seams. So basically, if you have a skirt, pants, or a dress, anything that has side seams, you can insert pockets. The first thing you're going to need is a piece of paper so that we can create your pattern. On that piece of paper, I've already drawn a line, but you'll need to draw a line that is longer than the width of your hand. Mine's about 10 inches or so, which I think would be good for most people, but you just want to make sure that it's long enough. After you have your line drawn, you want to make sure that you center your hand kind of in the middle, midway of that line. And just rest your wrist right on that line, and then mark about, I'd say, 1.5 inches. Just mark a dot on both sides of your hand. And it can be a little bit off. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Somewhere around 1.5 inches. Now, after that's done, you want to visualize a curve around your hand. This curve is going to create your pocket. So as you're creating this curve, you just want to make little dots. And you can kind of look back and see where they might hit. You want to try to stay about 1/2 inch away so that you have room to move your hand in your pocket. And once you have your dots, you want to make sure that you like the curve that you see. If you want to go back and fix it, you can. But if you're ready, then you can either grab a French curve or grab something that has a type of curve and connect your dots. And if you mess up, that's okay. You can go back and smooth out your curves later. But right now, we're just trying to connect all the dots. Make sure that you come back to those 2 first points that you marked that were about 1.5 inches away from your hand. And you have your pocket pattern. The next thing you want to do is add a 1/2 inch seam allowance, or whatever seam allowance that you use, and then cut out 4 of these pocket pieces out of fabric, and then we'll be ready to sew. So now I've cut out 4 pieces of my pocket, and I added my seam allowance. I added about 1/2 inch, but you can do 5/8 or whatever pleases you. And now that I have these 4, I'm going to take 2 of them, and 2 are going to be for your left side, and 2 are going to be for your right side. When you have your side seams, you have your front and your back. You want to make sure that you mark about 1 inch to 1.5 inches down, just so that when you put your hands in your pocket, you have a nice relaxed position to relax your hands in. Okay, so I'm just going to work with one side, and remember that you're doing the same thing to both sides. So I have my 2 pieces, and I'm going to put right sides together, right side of the fabric, right side of the pocket, and pin it right at that mark where you made your 1.5 inch or inch, and just pin down that side seam. You'll do it to the other side. Also, with the right sides together, remember. And then we are ready to sew. You're going to want to sew 1/2 inch down the side seam. And start from the top and make sure you go maybe about 1 inch or so past your pocket. So let's go sew. I have my pocket pieces pinned down, my front and back, and I'm ready to sew. I'm sewing at 1/2 inch seam allowance, and you want to sew all the way up that side seam. Don't forget to backstitch. Alright, and now that I have my pieces sewn, we want to make sure that they are pressed really flat. So I'm going to take this over to the iron and open up this seam and get it as flat as possible. After that's flattened open, it should lay like one piece. The next thing you want to do is take your seam allowance and fold it in, and then press it again. And so you'll have a nice clean folded edge that's all pressed really flat. So let's go do that. Next thing we're going to do is take these two sides together, right sides together, and pin all the way down from the top, go around the curve, and then pin down the rest of the side seam. So let's go ahead and do that. So now that we have it all pinned, we're just going to sew right around where we pinned all the way from the top of the seam line around our pocket all the way down to the end of our hem. Again, we're using 1/2 inch seam allowance. When you start to get down to your pocket, you want to slow down so that you can turn your hand wheel, let that needle down, and lift your presser foot and turn that pocket around so that it's easier for you to sew this curve. And then the same thing once you start to get back to the end of that pocket. Slow down once you hit about right at that seam that you sewed at first. Turn it back right side and continue sewing down your side seam. Okay. So now you have sewn your inseam pocket. The goal that you're wanting to achieve is to make sure that it lies flat like a closed seam. But then, whenever you get ready to stick your hand in, you can just put your hand in there. As you can see, when we ironed it, that's what's helping the pocket to stay hidden. So it's very important that you get it pressed really, really flat. And now you've just made an inseam pocket. Until next time.